Hi Aquarius, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless general reading. This is a past, present, future reading, and I will timestamp each section below. Let's see what Spirit has for you. This is a general reading, a little bit of everything, whatever Spirit wants to share with me, things that you need to hear right now. So let's call in our Spirit guides. We're going to start with the past. And like I said, I will timestamp it. I'll put that in the description. Spirit, please share with me for my Aquarius. What have we learned? What lessons were given to us that we have been traveling with? Anything you need us to remind us of? What is it that you need us to know? I have influencer. You have just the right combination of qualities to connect with an audience. How about your positivity? It's a sense of delivering a message. Maybe it's things in the past that you learned. Maybe it was things that were difficult that caused you to learn. And maybe they want you to share that information. You know, maybe you're meant to be a healer in a sense, they're saying. So the knowledge that you have gained, maybe they want you to share it with others. So if you're not doing something now, social media, maybe a YouTube channel, something like that. You're saying rise above, like take that information and rise above with it. I have reckless, uncontrolled spending habits, impulsive purchases, financial hardships in the past, overcoming something. I feel that I overcame something substantial. So maybe you had some tremendous financial problems. Maybe you found a way to get over financial fear. Maybe you went from zero to building up a big career and they want you to share that with people. A fortune. You went from zero to creating a life of luxury. Okay. Fortune appears. So this sense of I figured out a way to make a living, or I created something. I have built up a business. I have a lot of business knowledge, something that you have learned in your past. And they're asking you to be very generous, they're saying, and share it with others. I have experiment, finding out about yourself, changing directions. A little bit of I had to open a lot of close a lot of doors and open a lot of doors is how it came into me. It was a feeling of, it took me a while to get onto the path that I feel like I was meant to be on. You might not have started out on that path. I almost feel like it came into your life as opposed to you deciding it. So you could have gone to school for something else. You could have started out in a totally different career path, or what you wanted to do with your life. And this came, the way they said it is it came into your life. It almost like chose you for this path. So now they want you to share this knowledge with others. Write a book, speak, podcast, teach. I have a 9 of Cups. I have an Empress. I have a 7 of Cups. And I have a Queen of Wands. Little bit of life got in the way, not in a bad way. That Empress is probably, I had children. I had to take care of my children first, which was my choice, of course. But just life got in the way of the choices that I was making. And I maybe was headed down a certain path and I was really inspired by that path. I was really excited about that path. But when push came to shove, I had to choose between being at home with my kids or taking care of my kids first, or kind of taking this risk on life. So I feel like, not that it held you back because that was a choice, but I feel that those choices became less and less as you moved on and you started to feel that I feel like I'm being controlled by something other than what it is that I want to be doing. So maybe there were some years there in the past that you felt held back, would be a way for me to say it. I have a 2 of Wands, a little bit of a wondering if I had made a different choice, wondering if I had done something different. Could have been within a relationship. It could be around your career. It could be some personal choices that you made. I have a Knight of Swords. A lot of thinking about the future. I feel like you were doing a lot of projecting. You were always thinking ahead. You were always wondering what's going to come next, which is okay, but it's a lot of projecting. Maybe today you're learning to live in the present a little bit more, but it was a lot of projecting of like, I'm looking for the next best thing. I'm trying harder for the next best thing. I have an 8 of Wands. I do feel like you shifted a lot. I do feel this is very fast moving energy. You could have had a lot of moves. You could have moved a lot of jobs. You could have made a lot of quick changes in your life that you just decided and you would just change. You would just move. You would end a relationship. You would move on to something else. So this feels to me that looking back, you had a lot of twists and change. A lot of twists and changes, but they came into you suddenly, is how I feel. So there is a sense of, did I think things through? Did I take my time to think things through? Or did I just jump on it? Bottom of the deck, I have a King of Pentacles. Whatever you did, it worked, because I do feel like you got your arms around some abundance. And bottom of the deck, I have a 6 of Cups. So that feels like a loving connection. So some of you could have met the person that you're with today in the past and still think very fondly of that person or have very fond memories of that person. So this feeling of success, I will say that, but it is a feeling of I had to bounce around. All I can think of is changing jobs, like just changing until you found the right thing. Maybe you didn't know what you wanted to be when you grew up. Maybe you're still struggling with that. I think a lot of us do, but maybe you just didn't know what was going to make your heart tick, and you had to try a few different careers or a couple of different avenues to get to a place where you say, I really like doing this more than something else. So you're good at many things is the problem, Spirit's saying. It's not a problem, but it's that you see yourself as you're very good and very talented at many things. There's a lot of things that you can do and you can do them very well. So you have this kind of open mind of I can try anything and I can do anything. So I feel like that's how you were always thinking. I have fears and anxieties. I'm not feeling a lot of fears and anxieties. Maybe some of you struggled with that in the past. I'm going to say when you were younger, more than anything, maybe teenage years, young 20s, maybe insecurities, relationship issues, something like that. But I feel more confident than that. I feel I took the bull by the horns more than anything around you. So maybe those fears are just in passing. I'm not feeling like an ongoing problem with anxiety. Time is up. You took too long. If something wasn't working, that would make sense. If something wasn't working for you fast enough, maybe you were impatient and maybe you said, this isn't working. It's not what I want. It's not coming into me fast enough. It's not the kind of money I want to be making or the type of promotions I could have or getting my arms around something. So it would be the time's up. I tried it. I'm going to try something else. So, but I think you were good at a lot of different things. I really want to stick with that sense of, I just didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up and I had to find myself. Jumping out. Okay. Fighting emotional detachment and not winning. Okay. Wanting to feel more connected to people. I would say that's something that I do have this beautiful 6 of Cups in the past. So there had to have been somebody that was in your past that maybe it was the first time you ever felt that you could trust somebody, that you could be really vulnerable with somebody, that you could tell them anything, even outside of your family, that you talk to this person more emotionally than you did in any of your family members. And that could have been even a best friend. Maybe you never had one of those really close friends that you shared everything with. So that lover that came into your life, that first true love, I feel could have been the first time that you could be really vulnerable with another human being and be be very attached to another human being. So that would feel right. Sometimes we really haven't gotten that close to other people. Some people, yes, you love your family, but you don't tell your mother and father everything. Like you're not going to tell them your every innermost thoughts. So I have devotion. Whoever this was, you were devoted to each other. Beautiful. I think that there's a couple things that jump out at me. I feel that you did find true love in the past. I do feel like it was a real love. I do feel like you have tried a lot of different things. I do feel that Spirit has given you so many choices that at a point you were like, I feel that something's holding me back from all the things I want to be doing. So I did feel that in the past. And now maybe heading into the present, some of those things have gotten easier, but it's a sense of, there's so much out there. There's so much I want to do. And maybe that's something you still struggle with today. That I think a lot of people do that. They have a hard time keeping their head focused on any one thing. And success comes when you're really focused on something. So let's see what the present says. Let me get that timestamp. Okay, Spirit, please share with me the present. What is it that you need my Aquarius to know today? I have a rough road. Prepare carefully before you continue. Take precautions. Now, that I feel like is something that you are getting better at, that you have learned to slow down. You've learned not to just leap into something. You have learned to, yes, risks are okay, but it's almost a calculated risk. I'm going to think it ahead. I'm going to think it through at this point. So you have learned, you're not moving as quickly, which I feel like your energy in the present isn't kind of like all over the place. You have settled down, Spirit's saying. Okay, good. I have opening doors. You have many options. This is really interesting for you because this is something I feel like you're going to take with you your whole lifetime. I feel that what you know about yourself is you have the capability to do so many things, and you have a hard time choosing any one thing because you could do, if somebody said, can you do this? You look at it and go, yeah, I could do that. And I could probably be really great at that. And then they say, well, how about this? And you're like, well, that looks fun too. I want to do that. So it's the person who can, when they set their mind to it, can be good at whatever they do. You want to find the thing that you enjoy the most. It has, it's not about, I can be good at it. You're going to be good at everything. It's what do you enjoy doing the most? Because there's so many options out there. So you still might be struggling with that you still feel like you're being pulled in 1,000 different directions. You're trying to focus on one thing and you go, ooh, there's a shiny object over here. There's a shiny object over here. So that could be something you're still struggling with. I have a Spirit link. Stay aligned with your highest dreams and ideals to find success. You are being divinely guided. Now that is beautiful in the sense that you're listening to your intuition. You could be, for the first time in the present, starting to realize that the connection and my path is predestined, and you may feel more drawn to something or someone than you ever have been before. So you are definitely identifying this divine path. So that feels really nice. I like that. And new heights. Let your connection with Spirit ground you, and then you will grow. You have learned. That's coming into me as I've done a lot of work on myself. And I have been, I'm going to say, finding myself more than anything on a personal level, on an emotional level. So that could be something that just has helped you to grow, helped you to realize who you are, helped you to slow down, helped you to get your arms around what it is that you really enjoy and you feel more in alignment with. Spirit, please share with me. These are going to be some letters. I have X. Xennial, strong friendship, diplomatic solution, and having guests. I'm going to say bringing people into your life that you are in agreement with in some way that makes you more comfortable. So it's either groups of friends that you have the same beliefs, you have the same politics, you talk about the same things, but I feel like that is something you surround yourself with people that are your tribe, that have the same beliefs as you do. And that doesn't mean that you don't talk to other people. It means that you prefer to surround yourself with people that you have more in common with. So you know that about yourself. I have E, expansive, branching out, being social, being more influential, sharing your knowledge, right? That's what they had said, sharing your knowledge. I have you, you're unique, you're standing out. I have no doubt in my mind that no matter what you set your mind to, you are fabulous. Your people are impressed by you is how it's coming into me. So knowing what makes you special, knowing what makes you different from everybody else, and not worrying about how you compare to anybody else or competition or anything like. I don't feel like you struggle with that. I really don't. I feel like you have a really good sense of, I know who I am. I have B, believe, accept what is and trusting your gut. And they're saying changing your mind. You might not take action. You may think you want to change your mind. You may still struggle with that. I want to go over here. But you may be stopping yourself at this point. You may be saying, the best thing for me to do right now is stay put. The best, instead of having that like fleeing energy, I need to flee, I need to change, I need to, if I move, everything's going to be okay. I feel like you've gotten to a place in your life right now that you realize, like, if I move, I'm taking all my problems with me. I'm still taking myself with me, and I'm starting all over again. And I feel like you don't want to keep starting over. I feel like you've gotten to a place finally where you just don't want to keep starting over in relationships and jobs and your home. I feel like you want to stay put for a while. So when you get that urge to, I feel like something can change, seek spiritual growth, seek personal growth, something like that. Put your energy into something that's healthy and productive. I have offering. You will be offered a new position. Somebody's going to take notice of you. It's almost a feeling of, I recognize you, I see you. Could be somebody that you've traveled with in another lifetime. I know you're good. I know you're successful. Could be a relationship coming into you in this new time, not necessarily a job offer, but an offer of, I want to be with you, a soul connection. Rolling the dice, time to put yourself out there. Stop hiding your hidden talents, taking the risk, sharing your story. It's a sense of sharing your story. You've got a story to tell. You pulled yourself out of something, and I think you could help others. So whatever the story is, maybe it's a risk that you have to be willing to take. It's not easy to put yourself out there. It's a very vulnerable position. I have manifesting. They want you to, what is it that you're trying to manifest? And they want you to achieve it. Now, the pyramid always comes into me as monumental, of course. And then it always comes into me as the pyramids are perfect geometry. Everything about them, and it's shocking, the the length, the footprint. I mean, everything about they're like perfect geometry, and on every angle, on every side, and it was all hand built by slaves lugging these stones right over miles. So there's something about you that there's a sense of perfection, and maybe that's good, maybe that's not so good. But in the long run, I do feel like that pays off for you, this sense of they're using the word, instead of perfection, they want me to use the word quality, that everything you do is quality work, how you look, how you act, like everything's like high quality. So that probably is going to pay off for you. This sense of, it's just who I am. You know, it's the person who gets up, dresses up and shows up every day, even if they don't want to, they're there. So there's a sense of quality about you that they want you to know. I have direction. They want you to listen to your inner guide with this compass. This is your inner compass jumping right off this card to me. And they're asking you to continue to follow your inner compass. Don't be there's a lot going on with you, with it being pulled off of tasks, being pulled off of like, ooh, that looks good over there. You know, like the forks in the road that come into our lives, as opposed to slow and steady and staying focused and moving forward on a goal and not giving up. So that shiny object that dangles for you, they're saying, but your inner compass is saying, we don't want you to do this. So you need to listen. Just listen to your inner voice for what direction to take. And you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. High quality. I like that. I have a Knight of Wands. I have a Seven of Swords. I have a King of Swords. And I have a Six of Swords. The Seven of Swords came into me as lying to yourself, that there could be a fear of failure. There could be a imposter syndrome. There could be I can't do that. Other people do that. I don't have the time, the money, the experience. I don't have the energy, whatever it is. It was a sense of, they want you to move on from those thoughts. That's not what they're asking you to do. They don't care that you have obstacles. They don't care that you feel challenged. They want you to face those fears, because they're saying that they have given you everything that you need. So they want you to put your head on, what is it that I want to be doing? What is my passion? What is my direction? What is my focus? Not get misguided, so that you can get your arms around what it is that you're trying to achieve. So also that Knight is giving me a sense of excitement in your life. There was a stage in your past where I felt like you thought everyone else was controlling your time and your energy. And now in the present, I feel that you know that you have your control back. So what are you going to do with it? We all have only 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So you have to decide, where do you put your time? Where do you put your energy? And they're saying what best serves you. So that's something to think about. Let's see what they have for you for your future, because if we can stay focused and on task, which you are working on. I'll be curious with the comments to see if some of you feel like you're being pulled in 1,000 different directions all the time. Spirit, tell me about the future. What is it that you have for us for the future? What is it that you need us to hear? I have a Star Power. I have to tell you, they just said to me that you envision that you could be very good at something. You can see it in your mind's eye. You can see yourself being a star. You can see yourself achieving. So my question to you in the present is, what is it that you're saying to yourself that's preventing you from seeing this into your future? So that usually is fear, self-talk, self-doubt, fear of success. So Star Power. I have timing. It's all in the timing. Maybe you'll know when to jump into something. Maybe you'll pick the right time, right place. It just feels right. I'm ready to go. I have guidance. Use your angels to continue to guide you, even into the future. Of course, being more connected to my angels. Maybe specifically We're all assigned an angel on the day that we're born. We all have an archangel assigned to us. So there's a date associated with each archangel. So maybe you become aware of who your archangel is and you're able to communicate with them or feel like you're more guided by them. I have wisdom. You're being called to serve as a mentor. You're being called, they said that very early on. They want you to teach, share your story, share your wisdom, your knowledge. And they, mentoring others. Maybe you're very, very good at something at this point in your future. And they want you to share that knowledge with others and help others. So I think a lot of us get to that point in our futures where it's not about us anymore. It's about what we can give back. And that's probably what's going on right now around you. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you want us to know? I have songs of a victim by a little violin. Feeling manipulated. I don't feel like it's you. I don't feel like it's you playing the violin. I feel like it's somebody in your life that you get sick of hearing. You get sick of their, that little baby violin, like, tell me more. You're just sick of listening to their voice complain. You're just listening to them. I don't have this. I don't have that. You are a go-getter, Spirit saying. So you resent the person who doesn't do it for themselves. They think it's going to be handed to them, or they think that they are entitled to it, or somehow they don't have it because of everybody else. And I feel like there's somebody probably in your energy in the future that you get sick of listening to their little violin. And you may say, I don't want to listen to this anymore. I got bigger things to work on. My big angels are guiding me, and I got to be here for others. So I can't listen to you and your complaints anymore. It's that pessimistic personality in your life that drags you down, that you're going to say, I can't do it anymore. Reaching new heights. Look at you, glowing up, full circle, making it. Whatever the dream is, I'm going to say, go for it. Whatever the dream is, you're on a pedestal. People are looking at you. People are watching you. So it's like I'm shining from above and they're listening. It has to do with what you're saying and what your voice is. So a messenger, right? God will send messengers. So some kind of messenger energy. I have soaking in the sun, staying proactive, taking care of yourself, loving life, enjoying the day, enjoying the moment. That feels happy to me. Soaking up the sun, living somewhere sunny. Okay. Moving somewhere warm. There you go. I have heaviness, hitting rock bottom, and then bringing yourself up. If we hit a rock bottom, that butterfly is saying, I transformed. I changed yet again. We could have another shift in your energy in the future where you decide yet again what's the most important thing to you and what it is that you want to be doing. And you're not going to take it anymore, Spirit just said. There's a sense of whoever, maybe that victim, and they're saying hope returns. So whoever maybe this victim is that's been dragging you down, maybe that energy is put on hold or removed in some way, or we just can't take it anymore. Sometimes we disconnect with people. It could be somebody in your family. It could be a sibling. It could be anybody, a friend that you've had forever that you're just they just drag you down. That vampire energy. You go out to lunch with them and you leave there and you're completely drained because you're such an empath and you picked up on all of their emotions and you're like, oh my God, like I'm depressed. So there could be something going on. You're very much aware of your energy at this point in your future. You know who you are. You know what makes you happy. I have a Knight of Wands. You just want to move forward with the things that you enjoy as that Knight of Wands. I have a Moon. I have a Six of Pentacles. And I have a Seven of Pentacles. I do feel like you continue to, there's a little bit of, I continue to work is how it came into me. I don't necessarily mean like a 9-to-5 job. I don't necessarily mean a career, but you might be one of those people who will always have something going on in your life. Like, I don't know if I could ever give up my readings or my tarot readings or my YouTube channel at this point. So there may be something in your life that you know that no matter how old you are, you still will have a passion for it. You'll still always want to be doing it, or you know that you need something to do. You're the type of person that I've got to have something to do. So those types of passions will continue with you like a lifetime passion. So you'll take those with you into the future, and you'll keep learning and you'll keep growing. And you might even add something new with this Fool. You might even add something that you've never even tried before, but now you have the time and the space and the energy to try something completely different and transform yourself one more time. So that feels really cool. Let's see what they have for a timeline. Any timelines around this connection, Spirit? I have 9 months from now. They said new life. Some of you, it's, I don't know, you could be having a child in your lifetime coming in, or a grandchild, or notice of a grandchild coming towards you in the near future. I have April 18th, the birth of a child. I have January 15th, fireworks. And I have it's happening now. Something is happening now, the number 54. I like the sunset and the glow of this card. Also, there's a sense of you're glowing, whether it's your heart is glowing, you're happy, your energy is content is how it feels. I think Spirit has given you some beautiful messages to think about. And it's just a general reading today. So I hope you picked up a few things that you'll take with you. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. If you're new to my channel, thank you for being here. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you all for your kind words and comments. I really appreciate them. If anyone would like to book a private reading with me, please check out my website at KathyMamolenPsychicMedium.com. We'll see you again real soon.